I was thinking as I was coming over here about some of the extraordinary women that I get to meet every day. One of the great things about being mayor is that you get to talk to people and they tell you their hopes and their dreams and their aspirations. And to hear that and to hear their stories as we honor 5 women today is truly an awesome thing for me to face every day. Yesterday I was at Orchard Knob Middle School, and I sat at a table with 7, I guess, 8th graders. It turned out they were all women. I don't know why none of the boys wanted to sit with me, but they didn't. And it was extraordinary listening to them because they started out and I said to them, what would you do if you were mayor? And first they started out, they gave me all the funny answers that they could about Kool-Aid and the water dispensers and everything else. And then I said, no, tell me for real. What are the big issues that you face, and what is it that you want? And once we got on a serious topic, it was serious. And to hear them say, we want people to know that we're smart. We feel like people don't think that we're smart. We want people to know that we can achieve and be somebody. We feel like people don't value us. And to hear this come out of their mouths at this table really means something to me. And so as I told them at the table, and then I got up and I said, everyone at that table, I could tell from talking to them. You listen to, right? You can get a pretty good sense of people when in a serious conversation what they're like. These were some talented young women. And I'll tell you today what I told them yesterday, and I believe in every part of my heart, for us to succeed as a city, we have to nurture and grow everyone's talent. We're not strong enough, none of us, to exclude any group of people and to expect to succeed. That's not the way the world works. That's not the way modern society works. There was a time, it's hard to believe, in our country where we did that systematically with lots of different groups of people and said, you're not allowed to participate in the society. Now, today we look down on that and we say, how can that be? But the truth of the matter is that we have to go farther and to make sure that we are not just saying these barriers don't exist, but actually invite people in and give them opportunities to succeed and participate. I think about Ruth Holmberg, who I got to honor a week or two ago, has this extraordinary life in Chattanooga and the great things that she's accomplished. But then I also think about Katarina Gilbert, and I'm not sure how many of y'all have gotten the opportunity to see the documentary about her, but here she is. We've got this documentary that Maria Shriver did about HBO and women who live paycheck to paycheck, struggling with their families. And so we know that for us to be all that we can be as a city, we have to have the Ruth Holmbergs of the world. They are extraordinary, have done incredible things for us over the course of decades. We also have to make sure that the Katarina Gilberts of the world have a life in which they can succeed, knowing that they have the drains on them that they have every day. This is the tale of what a city is like. This is how we succeed as a city, by having events like this, by talking about the real stories that people face. Just want to make sure that I mention one more before we move on to this evening's activities. Last week we had our first call-in of the new Chattanooga Violence Reduction Initiative. This is an extraordinary situation where we actually invite in people who are members of some of the most violent groups in our community, and we say to them, this is unacceptable and it's not going to happen anymore. We have community members talk to them, law enforcement, and I got a chance to say a few words and say, here are the new parameters for the way our city works. It was an incredible night. The most amazing part of all this, most amazing part of this night was we have 13 people there, all young men, who were, again, part of these groups. And a woman of extraordinary courage was there who had lost her son a little bit under a year ago, who was 20 years old, to gunshots on the porch. She told the story of what it was like for her to lose her son, and then walked up to each of these 13 young men and said, "You could have been my son." Now, this was a moment that a mother and literally all these 13 boys thought that they were her son for that moment. Incredible. Incredible. We're going to honor five women here tonight. The stories are each unique. They are all different, but by the same token, what I'm here to say on behalf of the city of Chattanooga is they're all valued. And as we move forward as a city, we have to continue to find ways as a community to make sure that everybody has the chance to write their own story in Chattanooga. Thank you very much.